Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming. My name is Patrick Harvey. I'm the Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness for Plaquemines Parish Government. President Lapine could not be here with us today. He's currently meeting with President Biden, I think out in St. John Parish this afternoon. Give you all an update of ongoing operations here for Plaquemines Parish as a result of Hurricane Ida. Plaquemines Parish continues to be under a state of emergency. Mandatory evacuation is still in place for the Jesuit Bend, the Oakville, Floodgate, down to Venice on the West Bank, and then the entire East Bank is under mandatory evacuation. Voluntary evacuation remains in place for the Belle Chasse area. Government offices are scheduled to resume services on Tuesday, September 7th, but this may change depending on the power outages and status of our ongoing recovery. All non-essential personnel have been granted civil leave until Sunday, September the 5th, and Monday is our Labor Day holiday remains for Plaquemines Parish. Water and sewage updates. On the East Bank, the Dalcor water plant, which is on the northern part of the East Bank, has been dewatered. Infomark, who is our contractor, is on site assessing damages, cleaning out the facility and pumps in order to get the water plant back operational, but it will take several weeks. This means no water for that area. From the parish line with St. Bernard all the way to the White Ditch area, there's no water in that area. As of today, 2,000 gallons of potable water was delivered to the Ferry Stop store, and an additional 2,000 gallons will be delivered to the Woodlawn Fire Station for use of our East Bank residents. So residents, you could go to those locations and get water, fill up pots, pans, buckets, gallon jugs to use at your residents. The National Guard personnel will be manning these stations, and they'll be available during the day times. The East Pointe-a-la-Hache water plant is online and producing water. That means this plant produces water from the Phoenix area to the Pointe-a-la-Hache area, Bohemia area, down on the southern end of our East Bank. On the West Bank, the Belle Chasse water plant, which operates the water services for the entire West Bank of Plaquemines Parish, is operational and was brought back online after a generator outage a couple of days ago. However, there are major leaks in the area of Ironton that are preventing the water from reaching residents in the southern part of the parish. Parish crews and contractors are currently working to resolve these issues in that Ironton area. We want to remind people, please help our crews and contractors. Persons operating boats in the flooded areas between Alliance and St. Jude must be mindful of the fire hydrants that are hidden under the floodwaters. There have been several boats that have struck these hydrants, causing further damage to the water infrastructure, delaying the process of getting potable water to our residents from Ironton all the way down to the Venice area. So please, if you're operating a vessel, airboat, mud boat in that area, please be mindful. There's hydrants right there under the water. You hit one of those hydrants, it disrupts the service even more to the residents of the southern part of the parish. The governor, in our meeting yesterday, has granted the parish's request for 2 300 kW generators to be airlifted to both the Port Sulphur and Boothville water plants to provide water service to our residents from Port Sulphur area down to Venice. This is all the way down to the end of the road in Tidewater Road, which like the Targa and Hillcore facilities down there outside the levee protection system. Yesterday, the parish and its contractors were able to install another 11 generators on our lift stations in the parish. This brings the total to 22 lift stations that have been installed since the start of our recovery efforts. This process is ongoing, and we continue to install generators throughout today and until we could get these regular power back on, or put them on generator power. We want to remind residents that they should still limit the amount of water going into our sewer system. Even though we're getting lift stations online, we still have some areas that do not have the lift station capability, and that could tend to back up, your sewer could back up into your to your house and stuff. So please, residents, be mindful of your water usage, limit the amount of laundry you're doing, washing dishes, bathing, and flushing toilets, as least as possible. Our flood efforts and pump station updates. Currently, Highway 23 is impassable and closed from Alliance Refinery all the way to St. Jude. That's probably about a 15 to 18-mile stretch of highway. The parish, in turn, has rocked 11 miles of the Mississippi River levee for use as a bypass until the highway is cleared. We're still doing these efforts. It's ongoing. We continue to do this, and hopefully within the next couple of days that mission will be completed, and we'll be able to have residents convoy from the Alliance area down to the West Point, Lahash, St. Jude area. This is a slow process. We're getting dump trucks down there, putting all this limestone on the river levees to make it safe for residents to be able to converse on the river levees. We're happy to report that the parish has made considerable progress in dewatering that area. Presently, the flow of water stretches from Ironton to just south of the Woodland Plantation on the west bank. The road is still impassable, as I stated earlier, because there's roughly 3 feet or more water in some of those areas. So that is why we cannot allow residents to drive down Highway 23 at this time, because of extensive, still having 3 feet or more water in certain parts of that highway. The Army Corps of Engineers has been working closely with us in the dewatering process. They have helped us get marsh buggies and other equipment to make these breaches in the area to dewater Highway 23. So we're making progress. It's unfortunately it's a slow progress, but we're doing our best with our partners to get this done. In the Braithwaite area, the Braithwaite and Scarsdale pumping stations are still online. They're still pumping that area, and we're making considerable progress, barring thunderstorms and such as that hindered our progress the other day. We're still making progress in that area to dewater the Braithwaite area. Marine traffic, the only floodgates that are closed and locks are closed are the Empire locks and the Empire sector gate, the river gate. Those are currently closed. We're waiting on DOTD to be able to get down there and assess any damages to the Empire locks, since they're the operators of the Empire locks, and once that is completed, then we'll be able to operate that area. The Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District is operational and still assisting us and the PPSO with emergency response throughout the parish. They transported some of our employees to the Ironton Tower and to other areas to assess damages and get operations up and running. Now speak on our pods, FEMA assistance, and other assistance that's going on, and also shelter status. Currently, the Plaquemines Parish government is unable to shelter parish evacuees. Any evacuee that is looking to seek shelter is asked to call 211 for more information, and most of these shelters have a pet plan that they are able to accept pets. All parish residents are encouraged to apply for FEMA assistance. Stating again, all parish residents are encouraged to apply for FEMA assistance. As of yesterday afternoon, there have been 2,500 residents that have already filed their claim, their application for FEMA assistance, and we encourage you to do so throughout this process. Please call 1-800-621-3362. That's 1-800-621-3362, or beginning on Saturday, starting tomorrow, Saturday, September 4th, through Monday, September 6th, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., FEMA will be on site at the Belle Chase Auditorium to assist residents filing their FEMA application. Repeating, on starting tomorrow, Saturday through Monday, at the Belle Chase Auditorium from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., FEMA representatives will be at the Belle Chase Auditorium to assist residents who don't have their computer, internet access, and able to, phone service as well, to sit down and help these residents file their claim. Or, if you have internet access, please go to www.disasterassistance.gov. Residents are also encouraged to pre-apply for disaster supplemental nutrition assistance program. That's a DSNAP program. You could do so by going to www.dcfs.louisiana.gov. And then if you're seeking assistance with the blue tarps on the house, there's the Army Corps of Engineers has activated their program of Operation Blue Tarp. Residents can call 1-888-766-3258. That's 1-888-766-3258, or visit www.blueroof.us. That's www.blueroof.us. As my understanding, they'll have a representative from the Corps of Engineers at the FEMA location at the Belle Chasse Auditorium tomorrow to offer assistance in applying for this program as well. The Salvation Army will be distributing hot meals at the Belle Chasse Middle School every day from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. until further notice. The American Red Cross today, starting at 3:30, will have meals at the Bethlehem Baptist Church in Braithwaite. That's to service our East Bank residents. Repeating, the Red Cross will have meals today at the Bethlehem Baptist Church, which is located at 111 Bethlehem Lane in Braithwaite, at 3:30. The Red Cross will have meals for our East Bank residents. And we're also lining up other additional services for with the Red Cross to provide to our residents here in the parish, both East Bank, West Bank, North and South. Those services, being scheduled, and it's going to be dependent on access to, the flooded areas. So we're looking to have those services extended, especially starting next week. The National Guard has assisted us in setting up pods. Currently here on the government complex, which is 333 F. Edward Hebert Boulevard, we have ice, water, MREs, and tarps being distributed. That starts at 8 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the evening. And then also starting today on the East Bank at the Percy Griffin Center, which is located at 15771 Highway 15 in Davant. That started today at 12 o'clock. And it'll run to probably about 4 o'clock or so today, and then beginning again tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. And those two pods will go on until further notice. The parish continues to assist with the assistance of the National Guard in delivering water and MREs to the following locations in the parish: the Port Sulphur Community Center, the Buras Fire Department, and the Boothville Venice Fire Department. National Guard has taken some of their LMTVs, these are their high water vehicles, and have gotten pallets of MREs and water down to Port Sulphur. From there, those MREs and water are being transported to the fire stations and also to the community center and to give to the residents. A short time ago, we loaded up the Belle Chasse Ferry #2 with 2 truckloads of water and MREs. That ferry will be going shortly downriver to Venice, and will be docking at one of the slips in Venice. From there, the supplies will be offloaded and distributed to the residents in Venice as well. We're actively working on getting similar goods and supplies to all areas of the parish as soon as those areas are accessible. We're going to go to garbage, trash, and debris. Stated before, regular household garbage could be placed in the garbage cans and put on your curb. We've got solid waste garbage trucks will be running on a daily basis to collect the normal garbage routes. On Tuesday, September the 7th, we'll start our debris collection from the residential areas. We're asking residents, if you're cutting down tree limbs or removing construction debris or white goods, to please set them out on the curb in separate piles. The following should be separated. The first pile should be your vegetated debris. That's trees, limbs, branches, leaves, etc. Leave them in a pile. Do not bag them up. Leave them in a separate pile. Second pile should consist of construction debris, which will be sheetrock, roof and shingles, your furniture, carpet, anything that, that's construction related. The third pile will be your white goods. That's your refrigerator, freezer, stoves, anything that went underwater. Put all these in separate piles, as they could be collected whenever that debris contractor starts coming around on Tuesday. And that'll go on until, everything is collected. Compactor and dump site at the Sewer Water Plant Road in Belle Chase is operating their normal scheduled hours. The parish is also seeking authority from FEMA on the private property debris removal. We know these flooded areas will have a lot of debris on them due to marsh grass and such, so we'll be working with the FEMA on authorizing this for our residents and getting the parish and the contractors to be able to remove this debris. Report from our fire department. The fire department has had an increase of emergency assistance incidents with the influx of residents coming back into the parish. It has responded to multiple medical emergencies, fires, carbon monoxide related calls due to generator use, and as it's been reiterated for the past several years, a leading cause of deaths post-storm is recently is due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Just yesterday in Jefferson Parish, they had a mother and two of her children that had perished due to the carbon monoxide poisoning. We're asking residents to please be mindful of their use of a generator. They come up with the 2020 plan, the 2020 plan. That means keep your generator 20 feet from your house. Whenever you're refueling your generator, let it cool down for 20 minutes where it don't catch on fire, and invest $20 in getting a carbon monoxide detector placed in your house. Do not overload your generator with extension cords, and if you feel you may have signs of carbon monoxide poisoning, please dial 911 and we'll get medical assistance to you. The fire department reports that they do have fire protection throughout the parish. We have fire units in both North Belle Chase, East Bank, and the southern portion of our parish. And as the roads are passable, we'll be moving additional equipment back in those areas. They've been cutting trees and removing debris from the roadways and setting up barricades where there are low-lying power lines. And they have assisted us tremendously in the Emergency Operations Center here with the parish as well. The State Fire Marshal Office has also issued a burn ban for Plaquemines Parish, so we're asking residents do not burn any debris, burn any trash piles. Things is getting dry now. It's hot, so things could get very scary. Yesterday, well, the day before yesterday in Lafitte, they had several houses that burned down. And just please be mindful of what you're doing around your house, especially with fires and and with your generators. Fuel-wise, the Plaquemines Parish government does not have fuel for the general public. The fuel that's here for us is given to us by the state through emergency use for first responders, and this is and also government vehicles. This is for us to service you, the residents of the parish, to keep you safe and protected. Right now, coming to the end, we'd like to encourage residents to continue to shelter in place. We want y'all back home, but there's no power. Some of the parts of the parish does not have running water. So please, wait till it's safe to come home, where you have a place that that has air. If you stay in that place that has air conditioning, lights and such, stay there as long as you can. We don't have any shelters here. If for some reason you need a shelter, like I stated earlier, please dial 211 for that assistance. And President Lapine, and all of us would like to thank all the parish employees, Sheriff's Office employees, and Port employees for continuing to keep their heads up and stuff, work through this, tirelessly. We've been going through this for a week now. We've been preparing it so straight, and a lot of these guys, they getting burned out. They working 18-hour plus days. It's just long and hard. These guys that are out there in the heat, and it's just nonstop. And we, if you see a parish worker, sheriff's office employee, port employee, give them a pat on the back and thank them very much for their services here in the parish. Also to the National Guard, we appreciate their assistance that they have given us, throughout this event. Let's see what else. Also, we'll be posting this stuff on our social media pages, our website, and we're trying to get our phone lines up and running. We had some issues recently. Post right after the storm, our EOC, the generator went down at that location. My 911 center went down. We got the 911 center back up and running. We had some technical issues again this morning. That's in service. But please, follow our social media pages. If you got any questions, we're going to get that non-emergency number for y'all to call into, and we'll, to provide y'all information. But please follow our, our pages, social media pages, and website for additional information, and listen to the local media and to get that information as well. If y'all got any questions, please let me know.
You mentioned the influx of residents coming back. Do you have any ballpark on where things stand in terms of your share of population that's back, and where are they coming back to? Belchase, Eastside, wherever?
It's Belchase area they're coming back to. I think we're getting some coming back to the East Bank because the highway is passable throughout the whole entire East Bank, from the parish line to the Alliance Refinery. We're getting a lot of residents that have returned to that area. Some they're still away. They came in and sent the family member to come check their property, and then went back to where it was safe, with with a relative, or if they're in a hotel or something, because they know they got power and running water and everything, and internet service, cell phone service. So we've seen quite a few people come back. We noticed with our pod here on the complex that first day, we had a line that stretched miles to to get water, ice, and MREs and stuff, and it's slowed down some, but we get pretty good rush every once in a while, and we could see that residents have returned, have come back here.
You mentioned that the parish gas supply is just that, the parish vehicles. Are you getting demand or questions about that from the public?
We have. There are some stations here that are open now. In the parish, we have State Oil that's open, also for the Shell station here in Belchase, the Exxon station down in Cedar Grove, and the Pink Store, the Jesuit Benfill is open. And then on the East Bank, I think the ferry store right there by the ferry has some fuel. They were working on getting a supply of fuel as well. So fuel is limited. We know people want to, are here running on generators, and it's just a hot commodity,
One last question. Alliance Refinery, what's the status there that bring it online? Because it obviously impacts what we're talking
yes.
about now, and much bigger.
They're currently down. They a couple of days ago they were pumping out the floodwaters and rainwater that inundated their facility, and they're looking to get online as soon as possible.
Did you give you any timeline?
No, not yet. So, thank you, sir. Any other questions?
You mentioned the parish president was with President Biden this afternoon. What are you guys hoping to hear from him? What would you hope to get from him that FEMA and all of them aren't already provided? What would you hope to get out of those conversations?
Just like yesterday when we met with Governor Edwards, we discussed the importance of getting Highway 23 dewatered. It's important that we have that levee system that runs from Alliance down to the the Diamond area that interconnects. We're in the process of that, but once that levee system is put in place, right now we currently have a 3 to 6 foot levee in some of that areas, and it just got inundated with the floodwaters, the storm surge. So if we would have that levee in place, it would have prevented a lot of this. It's been an ongoing issue for numerous years. So once that's taken place, once that's put in place, we'll be better protected. So. Anything else? All right, thank y'all very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.